Okay, everybody. Sorry, a lot going on. You're like, welcome into the channel. We're going to get ready, and sorry for the little bit of wait. It's a couple minutes longer than you used to, but we got everybody here, and that's what matters. Music going down. Yep. Music was too loud. Now it's better. Now you can hear me better. Welcome in. Internet's fine. Yeah, just a lot going on at the house. Son started school today. Got daughter going to daycare next week. Got doctor's appointments coming up for the kids. Doctor's appointments for me. Just all kinds of stuff going on. So welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Just really hope it has been amazing, beautiful, and crazily good so far as we go through and try to finish all these events. But I did bring up that, in Saturday's shows, if y'all weren't here Saturday, we had a couple of town halls. One of those was broadcast, one of them was not. And, in that, the Mantis was getting brought up a lot as a aggressor towards things like rules of engagement or specific alliance rules. And I was curious how this is going out to other servers in the galaxy. I'm very curious, but also to talk about anything. As always, we'll open up the floor to your questions, your thoughts, your concerns, and everything else. Welcome in to everybody who's here. And wow, I got a critical on that mission. I did not expect a critical on that one. We'll take surprise criticals. So good to see everybody. Server 31 is here. Server 57, server 77. Wow. Okay. Many of you, server 66. Many of you upset that I was not here earlier. Drew, thank you for signing up to be a cadet and supporting the channel. Greatly appreciate that, my friend. Server 75, server 57, 66, again, 16, 17. Brett, I see you all the time, man. Attic, it's always good to see you. 178, 71, 140, 53, 201, 34, server 60, 26, 17, 8, 58, 13, 79, 41, 14, 51. Hey, I played on that one. 74, 24, 41, 36, 4, 44, 42. Real quick. Bandit says, the new ship has made whales in my server quit the game. Has this happened in other servers? Yeah, it has. It has. Now, do I think they should quit over it? No, I think that's being a little dramatic personally, unless it was like just that straw that broke the camel's back. Like if that's the only complaint they have, I think that's a silly reason to quit. But if they have a lot of other reasons into it, then I can understand where they're coming from to an extent. But I would say personally, I don't think it's worth quitting over. Heck, if anybody, I think the people who get hurt the most in this new ship and new officer run are the free-to-play, but that's just my opinion. I believe the free-to-play are the ones getting hurt the most. So different sides of an opinion, I guess. It will hit Scopely pockets heavily. I doubt it, Bandit. I really do. I mean, I track the rough income of this app every month, and every time somebody gets mad, and I guess that's what I'm saying is because I've heard this so often, man. And I'm not saying that what you're saying is necessarily wrong, but what I am going to say is I've been told for 3 years, this is killing the game, or this is killing the game, or this. And guess what? They still make 8 to 12 million a month. Every month. Every month. Has yet to drop down to like 3 million because everybody's pissed off. So maybe you're right, but until I see it happen, and we're going on almost 4 years, I'm going to struggle to believe it. And that doesn't mean that you're wrong necessarily. It just means that maybe you're not all the way right. And the truth is, a lot of players who get frustrated and quit come back because the community of this game is amazing and the overall experience for most is positive, even if we have constant gripes and complaints. Also, thank you for shutting down my game there, Scopely. Really appreciate it. Mike says, lots of mid-40 players leaving the game on server 8 over the last few months. Yeah, I mean, it happens. And I'm curious to see what that looks like, for everybody moving forward. I mean, I haven't quit. I'm definitely not going anywhere. I don't think anything's come that's quit worthy. And I will admit that Deep Space Nine coming next month has me intrigued because I've talked to them about some of the potential changes, and I am honestly looking forward to several of them. And we'll see how it lays out. It could also come out in Deep Space Nine as a huge flop. And if there's anything that I could get behind and go, hey, this might truly destroy the game, if Deep Space Nine flops, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one. Rev, what are spending multi-phasic zones for Ops 35? Personally, the main thing I use my multi-phasic credits on is the Syndicate turn-in. The Syndicate turn-in, I think, is one of the best values, and also coincides with that leaderboard that you got going on right now. But that's, again, up to you whether you find value in that. I tend to lean to that. I don't really love the officer packs that get put in there, but yeah. Oh, yeah. My friend just spent $3K Hey, yeah, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's your money, spend what you want to spend. But that's what I said, like, for everybody that you think is quitting the game, there's more people just filling in that spot who are spending it and having fun. So it varies person to person. Addict says, I don't get the quit the game thing after dumping a bunch of cash. Instead, show your frustration by going rogue. Oh yes, Addict, that's fantastic. Advise everybody to go rogue. That'll make the people in the chat happy. So yeah, you're not going to make many friends with that, but I don't necessarily dislike it. It's kind of fun. So burn it all down. Yes. Kind of worries me where it's going, but the community is so awesome. I mean, I think that I can't say that there haven't been times in games that have shot themselves in the foot to the point of they killed their game. It has definitely happened. And I'm not saying it's impossible for Scopely to do it. I think if anybody could do it, it's Scopely. But realistically, I don't think we're at that point. And the reason I don't want to perpetuate that is I don't want people who hear it to go, well, if they're quitting, I should quit. Realistically, this game has been stable for almost 4 years and nothing has shown that it's on the decline yet. Now it could happen. And I guess I'm going to be reactionary when it happens instead of foreseeing it because I'm not there yet. But it's just not there. Did you win the Ultras leaderboard you asked for? What? There wasn't an Ultras leaderboard. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? For the Mantis sting daily, do you have to kill the player or just sting them? So I actually stinged somebody last night after reset. And if you hit my daily goals, you will see no. Oh man. You have to destroy them. Let me check that fight. When was it? Right after 11? Let me go back and check. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was. No, wrong one. I'm sorry. Oh man, I did so much grinding last night. Ooh, we're cutting it close. It might have been right before reset. I think you might just have to sting them. I think you just have to sting them. All right. And yeah, chat's confirming that. Thank you. Thank you. The Mantis reminds me of a ship from Star Wars called the Indictor class Star Destroyer. Both ships can stop ships from jumping. Yeah, Bobby, we talked about that when it came out in the design. Now, visually, it reminds me of a ship from Homeworld. And it has very much that aesthetic. And I'm curious, I'd love to talk to GD and see if that went into the design. Whoever's running the combat pod now, I'm wondering if that was something that they came up with, but just very, very curious. Very, very curious. It looks like a fancy door wedge. Fair. You love the game Homeworld? I do too. I really do. Grab my 100% free to play level 43. Spend a ton of in-store loot to get the Dwarfish's warp engines to 185 with Grush, but warp 185 is awful. No hubs to relocate to. Only mining I can do is G5 ore. Yeah, Serge. Seems like you put yourself into a warp pickle. But hey, congrats being level 43 free to play. It's pretty dope. What's shaking? Oh, just living the dream. Giving you the stereotypical answer that you're looking for. And collecting Cerritos Refinery. Everybody remember that the buffs for the Mantis, if you pick up those buffs, it will count towards your Mantis event. So be mindful of that. If you're going to do grinding, you might want to wait to do your grinding tomorrow. If you have a Mantis, remember your Mantis grinding will count if you pick up those Exocomps. Be very, very careful. It will count if you pick up those Exocomps. So y'all be mindful of that if you're doing that event today. I try to avoid cashing out on that event completely for reasons, but those will count towards the Cerritos event, so be careful. When did the free key disappear from the web store? It comes and goes, Steve. It comes and goes. Hey, Todd, good to see you. So many Star Trek ships to draw inspiration from. Why make up a ship like the Mantis? Well, all games create unique ships and unique content. I mean, Star Trek Online does the same thing. CBS has to approve it. So CBS was like, yeah, that's cool. Make it. Go for it. Make them. I'm at 9 out of 10 California class events done. I'm on the edge. Be very careful, because if you hit that final milestone on that California class, it goes away forever. That California class only works 10 times. Once you complete it completely 10 times, it goes away forever. Goes away forever. All right, so we got this. But just to show y'all, I will swap over to my Mantis. And I am technically able to tear it up if I want to, but I haven't teared it up. At least the design of the Mantis was in Strange New Worlds. Not sure why they called it the Mantis. Campus, I believe I can have the answer for that for you. Reason being is a lot of materials were provided to the team, but they didn't get a lot of the storylines or the names, just because of we're not going to give away the episodes and everything to you. So it's very possible that when this was getting designed, they were simply handed, hey, from Viacom, hey, this is going to be in the show, but we can't give you any more information than it'll be there. So it's very possible that is the thought process and why things are the way that they are. To confirm that, I would actually need to have the conversation with GD, and I haven't been able to arrange that, so that kind of sucks. But that is the most likely reasoning to me. That's the most likely. Hey, Usay. No, I have no news. I would obviously have already told you if there was news. I would obviously have already told you if there was. We get this in. There we go. Need more Fisha parts. Org. Always got to turn these in. Don't forget your refinery every day, everybody. Can we ask for the overlords for a Suliban Bounty Hunter ship skin? I've asked for that for 3 years. So, yes, please keep asking. I love that ship. I would like it as a ship in the game. Stay at tier 2, easier grind, still good payouts. Tier 3, I think, is the highest right now, but I do know eventually it is going to be better and worth tiering up all the way. It's just not there yet. It's not there yet. So let's see what else we got here. Fez says, I guess developers still want to design something unique for themselves, even if the source has enough material. I mean, I would. I don't want to constantly just rely on things from the TV show. Star Trek Online did. Star Trek Online has got hundreds of ships, and they took a lot of their own designs, and I think some of them did a great job. Some of them didn't. Some of them did. I mean, I'll be honest. I love the amalgam design. I love the amalgam design because it fits the pack lid so well. So there's times when they do it, I'm like, you know what? I like this. I can get behind it. I appreciate it, and I'm happy about it. So I'm happy about it. Here we go, and oh boy, we're here in the system. Let's see if we can jump on a node real quick. There we go. There we go. The various PC games fall under the Scopely IP. No, they do not. The only Star Trek game that Scopely has is this one. So you look at like Star Trek Legends, they don't have any rights to. The new Lower Decks game coming out, they have no rights to. Star Trek Online, they have no rights to. So CBS Paramount will let you license that IP, but Scopely does not have a like no competition clause, at least with like PC games and stuff. But they obviously don't have it on the App Store either. In your opinion, if you can get the treasury free for this month, would you take it away for the DS9 to get there? I have no idea what the DS9 treasury is going to look like, to be honest with you. I have no clue what the DS9 treasury is going to look like. And I think you got to play it by how you want it. This go around though, I would say, look, man, I finally gave you ore. Everybody's been saying, hey, I want ore in my treasury. I want ore in my treasury. I would really like a treasury based around ore. Well, you got it. You got it. This is what people keep asking for. I had so many people come, hey, when are we finally going to get an ore and parcel based treasury? Well, you've got it now. You've got it now. And now you got to decide, are you going to go after it? Technically, you got all of it, but it's up to you. It's up to you. So the only thing I don't necessarily like personally is that it's centered around Himmer. I'm just not excited about Himmer. And I understand that when they were doing all these designs, they didn't know how great of a character Himmer was going to be in season 1. But yeah. What sourcing for the strike team officers do you think we have post-arc? I'm assuming they go into the Mantis Refinery. I'm going to assume they go into the Mantis Refinery. I obviously don't know that for certain, but I assume that's what happened. Speaking of Mantis, you know what? I am going to go ahead and take it up a tier. Go ahead and take it up a tier. Spend some latinum. I don't care. And let's see. I can't afford the cargo bay. Oh wait, I should be able to go pick up the cargo bay. Warp range 62 right now. Perfect, just short of free treasury, and this month is ore focus when I needed gas. Maybe next month will be gas focus. So it has rotated pretty consistently, Ace. know, they'll have it based on like the ship power pack, or you know, you can have it on the station pack sometimes, but they rotate it around the pack they build it around. So, all right, after spending so much for lawn, this treasury is what I was hoping for. There you go, Andy. There you go. Can it beat a T5? Dude, my Mantis can wreck an Enterprise pretty easily. But I don't really go out and do that. I mean, if y'all want me to go find an Enterprise, if anybody here is on server 20, is there any server 20 people in the chat? If y'all want to bring an Enterprise out, my Mantis will load out for it. But completed all 10 missions, but not got the reward for finishing the 10. Is it bugged? Haven't heard of that, Bandit. Send in a ticket. Send in a ticket. Yeah, Rambles, you're a little higher than me. Do you have a baby int? I can't take out your mag. Your int is like tier 8, tier 9, isn't it? I don't think I can take out a tier 8, tier 9 int, but I'll smack it if you want to. I can smack it around if you want to. Let me level this up real quick. There we go. Up to level 10. Assign officers. You have a 25? We can test it versus 25. We can do that. So let me swap out these officers in. We're going to do some live testing just for y'all. So group, we're going to put strike team Una up here. Who all should I run on this boat? Where's Marcus at? You know what? Let's actually hold off. Let's put you here. I think Marcus is over here. Oh, where's Marcus? Marcus is on ship A. Okay. Go over here. There we go. And now let's set this boat up for fighting your Enterprise. Where's my group? Una. Now, I don't necessarily want to go for the captain's abilities. So what should I put? Where's 5? Let's just go mitigation. Where's 5 at? Let's go for something really basic. Really basic. Strength, where's 5 of 11? There you go. All right, and we need to make sure we stack all this up front. Go. Honor Guard Wharf would be a good one. I don't know where Honor Guard Wharf is. I think Honor Guard Wharf is out on a mission. Let me take a look. I'm really bad about using away teams on everybody. Let's see. Honor Guard Wharf, are you free? Oh, Honor Guard Wharf is free. So, since Honor Guard Wharf is free, let's swap you out here. And this won't necessarily help for fighting that, but it will give us criticals, and criticals are nice and juicy. So we'll do that. And now let's swap her over to the Mantis. Yeah, we'll run that. We'll run that. Oh, the health is so low. Oh, good health. Yeah, let's just throw you up there instead of Kang. Yeah, I would much rather have that. I'd much rather have that. Let me check my officer here. Make sure it's set. I think I have Una. Una doesn't need to be capped. Una's cap ability is pretty trash. I mean, if you want, I'll put her as cap. Cap ability is not really that great, but I do upgrade her stats though. But Adam, I'll give you my. I think I'm in Durbacolovia or whatever, level 18 independent system. Robin, you have a point there that Una's captain's ability is going to be more useful than Honor Guard Wars versus an Enterprise. So I'll swap it around. But neither one are going to make a huge difference. All right, we actually got her with some stats now, so that'll help a little bit. And here we go. Sign. Click. And do I have anything to upgrade? I could upgrade my warp engine. Warp engines are nice. It's not really that much of an upgrade. Here, we'll just do a weapon. One weapon. See if it helps. All right, Adam, I am in the Lukerborva. Gordon says we need Captain. We are being scanned notifications. So basically Star Trek Tenant. That's been asked for since the game came out. I have nothing wrong with that logic, but we'll wait and see. Would Marx's morale be better? No. The morale background effect is an extremely small benefit to piercing values. That's not necessarily going to help you much. That's not really going to help you. But the piercing value of morale, like the background ability morale, is the weakest of the three. The weakest of the three. All right, so Adam, just let me know when you're coming through. I mean, dude, it's the level 18. You used to come here all the time. Look, it's just right off Opla. Right off Opla. So we'll just wait for him to get here and we'll test it out. I will debuff him and smack him and see how we do. Oh, should I get the Meridian refit in the event store? I love the Meridian refit. It's not on the top of my priority list. I did forget to mention that in my video, but it is a very good pickup. I love having it. I love having it. There are some things I think are more important, like the strike team, not the strike team, the Treasury World officers, but yeah, I did leave that out. Which would you recommend first, Potron Phaser or the Temporal Torpedoes? Honestly, either. Doesn't really matter to me. I am going to once again wait and see how much currency I end up with. I am currently at 320K, and then I'll make decisions. Adam, ETA on your incoming? ETA on your incoming? Or are you just going to relocate? Just going to relocate. I am curious if I can beat a tier 5 with a baby tier 2 Mantis. I should, but Adam is also significantly stronger than me. I could also just go balls to the walls and bring out the Cerritos. Cerritos taco. And what we can do is 60 seconds, cool. So what we can do is I can debuff Adam and fight him, but then we can also buff his enterprise. And even though his Cerritos research should hopefully be better than mine is, and we can see, yeah, let's see. Oh, we should click it. All right, stop running. Why are you running? Why are you running? You're just traveling. But we'll buff his Cerritos and then we'll compare the logs for y'all because I know everybody likes log comparison. There's the Mantis. Pew, 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 pew. And Mantis destroyed. Ooh, Enterprise was busted and disgusted though. Real quick, how about we do this? We'll wait, Adam, I don't know if you want to relocate because that's, you want me to just go ahead and send you home? Let's go ahead and send you home with the ISS Jelly, but bring it on back and I will buff the Mantis that is currently showing it doesn't have shields. Why are you showing no shields, sir? Yeah. Well, Adam, I had brought my Cerritos. I was going to buff you. I got my Cerritos. Where can I find info on the Exocomps mean, do, and how to use them? Is there a video on the subject from one of the content developers? I mean, we've talked about Exocomps before. What questions do you really have? I mean, how to get them in that and use them is right down here. You got a little button for the Exocomps. Here are all of them in the list. Now, to get them, you simply use your Exocomp factory building. You have to upgrade it, but you little button on the top, turn it in right here, and then I can go and collect an Exocomp. Bam. And I got the Axion servos, which you need to upgrade it, and then get this one in. There's a 4 Axion servos, and there you go. There's a basic rundown. How do you exchange broken to ceiling rods? Hank, do you have the 4,000 needed? Because if you don't have the 4,000 needed, it's not going to be an option for you. But let's take a look at that fight. It was pretty close. It was pretty. Oh, and he even brought Charvinick. He even brought Charvinick to give a little bit of a bonus versus that. So let's take a look at this log. All right, so mitigation was, get here. They mitigated 5. So they were mitigating 28%, so very low mitigation, and I was mitigating. I was mitigating 18%. Jesus, he dropped my mitigation to the floor. So Sharvanik definitely wins that battle. One problem is I don't have a lot of shield piercing here. Just because I'm not able to stat stack very well with the baby Mantis. But yeah, there you go. Well, mini VP's going to be a thing. So Alperon, that is the plan, to have those mini battle passes that we talked about, or we had a couple weeks ago. Not necessarily between every arc. They are discussing of how often to do that and when. But that is, it looks like the plan. It looks like the plan. Welcome in, Newfie. How you doing? Hey, Kramer, how are you? Can you cloak after getting debuffed by the Mantis? Yes, you can. You can. Oh, look. Adam relocated. All right, so let's get you out here. And this time I will buff myself with the Cerritos and see if that makes the difference needed. If we can beat Adam's Enterprise that is running an anti-battleship build. So, where are broken rods at in the inventory? Broken rods are in other? Are they in the other category? Let's see. Broken rods. I gotta remember where the broken rods are. Map, materials, thank you. They're in materials. I've got 720. 720. All right, so we are going to buff the Mantis, confirm. We're going to debuff Adam. Now let's attack him again with the Mantis and the Cerritos buff on top of my Mantis. This is basically a tier 1 Mantis with 1 weapon upgrade against a tier 5 Enterprise. And wow, holy shnikes, Batman, that's a log to export. Okay, something ain't right. Something ain't adding up here. I'm gonna have to export this log because it's not reading correctly. That wasn't reading correctly. All right, so we're gonna export this log. Rev, Mantis, Adam, int, save. I'm gonna upload it real quick. Take a look at it in the Spox Club log parser, which is a fantastic tool if you've never been using it. If you have been using it and you're not using these logs, man, you are really, really missing out. So Rev Mantis, here we go. So battle details here. Let's put this on the screen so y'all can take a look at it. And it should be this one. All right, we're gonna go for that. Go. Sorry, gotta adjust it size-wise over here so y'all can see it better. Again, if y'all haven't used Spox Club, you are missing out on a fantastic. All right, transition. Here we go. So this is the fight that we literally just had. The Mantis was buffed. See, here's the Mantis right here. And then here is, and you see that it is denoted that my Cerritos buff was on. And look at the difference in terms of win-loss here. And we could do a few more of these because, you know, we could have had some criticals hit. Even though he was running an anti-critical build, mind you. Running an anti-critical build. Possibly got a crit, but I didn't even lose shields this time around. Only took half damage in my hull. And this is a pretty significant win. Here, let me recall the ship. Here we go. Wait, did you hit my base? Looked like I had a shield up. That's weird. I have a new question. Is the Devore SMS on Saturdays only? The Devore SMS? That would be on, you're thinking maybe Mining Monday. Unless you're asking about the way to get the Devore, there's the Mining Monday event as well as your Cosmic Cleanup on Saturdays. Where can you use that tool for logs? Like I said, Spox.club. We made a whole video about it. Is it mainly the debuff or is it the officer? Try without Una. Yeah, we'll do that, Adam. We can do that. Now, I'll tell you, the officer is a huge part of this. The officer is a huge part of this. But the debuff is really the critical one that I have found, especially for the bigger ships. Una is great. But here, I'll take her off. and we'll just put, we'll put 5 on there just to change it up so y'all can see. Let me use this because it has all the officer slots. We'll just pop her up there. And then we'll come back here. Since y'all want to run comparisons, which I will admit, I love comparisons. And Adam, I do appreciate you going through this process with us. I know everybody in chat appreciates it. If everybody in chat appreciates it, please say thank you, Adam. Y'all please say thank you, Adam. All right, now let me debuff you. Click. Yeah, I'm gonna close the battle log, y'all. Be patient. There we go. All right, so see how we do this time. This time we removed Una and I lost and lost significantly. So the reason Una is important for this one, the debuff is huge, but Una is taking away the impact of the shields completely. And my Mantis is not doing near enough damage to really get good use out of just the debuff. Now, if you're in a much bigger ship that creates a lot of damage, for example, if I brought out my Bortis here, so if I bring out my Bortis and do that, and you're going to see a significant change in the result simply because I'm actually going to bring out my Bortis, Adam, because you are still hurting. Now, my Bortis is 2 million power. Actually, do I have a Legionary? I just need something that creates more damage than the Mantis. The Mantis as a specialty ship does not have much in terms of weaponry. So I do have a really crappy hijack Legionary. Let's try a hijack Legionary against his 90%. Whoops. Oh, hold off. We're gonna boost you. I'm gonna boost it real quick. Adam, how much longer do you have on this timer? Oh, I gotta hit you now. I gotta hit you now. So. Correct, Jedi. Una just makes the Enterprise ability irrelevant. Now this time, I did, oh, not much more damage. We probably should have gone up to a Bortis. I just really want to get that ability through. Really want to get that ability through. Enterprise is such a unique ship though, because it has that unstoppable shield. It would not necessarily be the same case if it was an Enterprise A, which we've seen in logs. So let's put her back up there. And let's see, Adam, do you have a Valdor? Adam, do you have a Valdor? I know we're talking about getting a little bit more costly, but do you have a Valdor? Adam. The Borger update as far as they're going to go? Maybe, we'll see. You do not have a Valdor. Okay. Do you have a bigger Enterprise? Because I know this one's tier 5. Just in the off chance, do you have a bigger Enterprise laying around? Katinga only. Well, that doesn't help for this month. That doesn't help for this month. I mean, we can still run with that Enterprise, but I will bring out my Augur. Sorry, not the Augur. My Bortis this time, and we'll run the Bortis. Now, the tricky part is you're literally running an anti-critical build, so I'm not going to change things around too much. I am going to try to stat stack a little bit more defense for Mr. Marcus here. Yeah, defense. I don't know why I checked it. Like, I've been doing this for God knows how long. I should have memorized. And that's the thing, I do have memorized. Still checked it. Okay, and then we'll put Yuki up here. And I think I've got another slot, so I'll put that there. And we'll just put you up here. Let's swap you over to the Bortis. Adam, no, you can keep the crews, because I want to keep the crews as realistic as possible. Like a real PvP fight, you're not going to run into somebody with all Spocks. God, I hope you're not going to run into all Spocks. What I'll do is I'll bring my Bortis here. Now, the Enterprise, run an anti-battleship build. Keep running what you're running. The Enterprise should easily defeat this Bortis every day, all day. Even though this is a max Bortis, the Bortis should lose. And we'll test that real quick. Here's what we'll do, Adam. I will hit you with my Bortis without any buffs. Hit you with the Bortis without any buffs. And it's just to show that I should lose pretty significantly. This will be like our baseline test. This is just the regular Bortis going against an Enterprise. And Enterprise wins handily. Didn't even take 50% damage. So now we're going to change that. And we'll use the Mantis. Debuff. And then if need be on the next shot. No, what we'll do Cerritos first. We'll do Cerritos buffing. We'll hit him again with the Cerritos buff, see if we have any change. All right. So we're going to buff the Bortis. Recharge those shields, big dog. And now, oh, you buffed your Enterprise? Okay, I see you. Yeah. Calm down. I do like where you're going. I do like where you're going with that, Adam. But what we'll do is we'll buff yours versus the Mantis. Bring that imp back out. Now that you've docked, it should wipe away your buff. There you go. Now let's do another test. This is the Bortis with a Cerritos buff. I will tell you that my Cerritos research is not super high. I've not dumped a ton into it. I'm about halfway through it. And it did do better that time, did about 20% more damage. Now we're going to do the same test, but this time we're going to debuff it. And then the fourth run, what we'll do is we'll put Una back on there. So this time I am going to sting him. No, hold on. I'm sorry. Adam, just stick right there. What I'll do first is just Una. Just Una. By the way, chat, we're not ignoring you. Your 3.8 million int was getting smacked around by an Officer 3 Bortis last week. It was a long-time camping player who had maxed out a bunch of officers. Now that's possible. I do not have a maxed out Charbonnet. So let me real quick though. We're going to put Strange Tuna back up here. And just run Strange Tuna versus the Enterprise. After this month's event, how do you think we'll be able to source Strange New World Pike if we're sub level 30? I'm not sure if you're sub level 30. I'm really not sure. All right, let's see how we did this time. Woof! Strange New World or Strike Team Una almost took him out by herself. Strike Team Una almost took out Adam by herself. And then one more run. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put her down below. She doesn't matter now. This time we're going to do the Mantis debuff. Are they going to add the strike pack to the refinery? What strike pack are you talking about, Josh? Are you talking about, are they going to add the strike team to the Mantis refinery? All right, so this time we're going to debuff it. Not running strike team Una, just running the Bortis with a PvP crew for fighting Enterprises. Let's see how we do. He's been debuffed and we lost, but put out decent damage, similar to if we were being buffed. That daggum forever shield wrecks you. That daggum forever shield. Now, when I hit you with the Legionary, what were we running? When I hit you with the Legionary, what were we running? That's not the one. Was it this one? No. Is it this one? All right. Let's put Mike. I already know how all the officers work. She's not OP. They just reset the meta. There's a difference because you're going to have counters to all these officers coming out. So let's bring back the Legionary. Now we know the Legionary got his butt kicked the first time around, but what we're going to do with the Legionary is run the Legionary with Strange Tuna. Little baby tier 6 Legionary. There we go. Now I should win this one because that's the damaged one, but oh, still lost. Almost got you. Literally a sliver of health left. Literally a sliver of health yet, and that's a crappy Legionary, man. Legionaries are trash. But D says anyone who doesn't think the strike team is OP is either a liar or a moron. I just don't like to use the word OP because they're being reset. Like they're just resetting PvP completely. Here's the thing. Is the strike team OP this month? Yes. There's literally counters coming. It's just, I am more upset that the meta's being changed. I think if you focus on the strike team, you're missing the point, in my opinion. The problem is that they're resetting the entire meta. That's the problem that I have. But I mean, I guess it's just different opinions. Yeah, Legionary's crap. Anyway, oh, sorry, I don't want to bring out the hijack Legionary. You know what? Actually, I do. I'm going to buff the Legionary. I'm going to buff the Legionary. Wait, Adam. I'm actually tempted. Hey, Adam, bring out that, Adam, bring Forget that ISS jelly. I know it's an ISS jelly, but I'm just curious how much the hijack Legionary can do to an ISS jelly if I Mantis thing it. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Hey, Hot Dog, how you doing, man? Just throw you a generic PvP crew on that ISS jelly. What's on it? Oh yeah, I'm super curious now. I'm super curious. How are we gonna do? I buffed a Legionary. This is punching way up. Let's see how we do. How much damage did we manage to put on her? Jesus. See, this is just... That is ridiculously too strong. Oh my God. Like one of the worst ships I have in my roster doing that much. And I realize the ISS Jelly is not a good PvP boat, but my goodness. That shouldn't happen. That really shouldn't happen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Enterprise is very unique with its forever shields, but hit it with something smaller. I do have, do I have a Kamari still laying around? Let me see if I've got a Kamari. I don't think I have a Kamari that's upgraded. Let's take a look. I don't think I have an upgraded Kamari. There's the Bortis, Legionary, and yeah, I don't even have a Kumari built. I don't even have a Kumari built. So I would have to rebuild a Kumari and upgrade it. Have to rebuild a Kumari and upgrade it. Ooey. What I can do though is use the Bortis and here, bring redock and repair real quick, Adam. And we'll just run Strange Tuna Bortis versus ISS Jelly. Strange Tuna Bortis versus ISS Jelly. Well, see, Joy's the Saladin isn't going to work with Strange Tuna, but it could work with the debuff. Aditya, I have no update on that, man. I have no update. Haven't even heard from him. All right, so this is going to run. This is just straight Strange Tuna versus ISS Jelly with the Bortis. And we won. Yep. Beat something over twice as strong just because of one card. He stripped my shields. I didn't need to really worry about stripping his. And we were both running crit builds. So crits. And wow, I wasn't even getting a lot of crits. There's a crit. All right, so it's recall. I mean, yeah, Mike, the Jelly is an awful PvP ship, but the Jelly shouldn't lose to a Bortis. The real question is what officers and how quickly are the new officers coming out, and what sourcing will there be for the new officers? There's got to be sourcing, right? That's just going to be a major issue and a major concern for most players is the sourcing. Sorry, responding to a DM real quick. Okay. Rev, strike team line paired with tuna on auger makes a big difference than just tuna. It can, yeah, for sure, Dustin. The key with strike team Laon is one, she's going to give you burning. But two, the extra shots that you're going to get because of target optimization. When on a battleship fighting a burning player at the start of each round, increases the number of shots per weapon by 10%. This can be 140% with full synergy. If you ran this with her, Strike Team Una, and then your third Strike Team officer, which is going to be Ortega, you would then have a 140% shot increase. massively jumping up and improving. Adam, I am going to check my dailies real quick. Just because we're doing this, I want to make sure I've at least debuffed you 4 times to pay off my daily. I have. All right, Adam, just because this currency is not free, I'm going to stop juicing you, but I do appreciate the logs. We can run through other tests with strange tuna, but I don't want to waste too much of my Mantis juice because that venom is a pain in the butt to get. I have a confession to make. I did some of the new galaxy research, couldn't avoid the temptation. Look here, Draco, we're no longer friends. I love you, but how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I really don't care. Do whatever you want. Who is this? Who is Iron Fister? Oh, dang it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's a bigger enterprise. I really want to go hit a max enterprise with this. I really want to do. Oh, I don't want to waste my juice though. Oh, Tony, I'm sorry. There's like 400 people in chat. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I don't want to waste my juice. Adam, do you have a Mantis? Can you juice him for me? Adam, I don't want to waste my Mantis. Can you juice him? I don't want to waste my juice. The venom is so hard to get. The venom is so hard to get. Oh my gosh. A 2 versus a 6. I want to know. I want to know so bad. Oh my gosh. Adam, you don't have it? Dang it. Oh, is there anybody on server 20? Am I just going to have to suck it up and do it? I really don't want it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are buying me a Venom pack, okay? This is what this comes down to. Y'all need to buy me a Venom pack. Do we even have one in the store? Hey, y'all got to buy me a condensed Venom pack for all this science I'm doing for y'all. I'm doing all this science for y'all. There's the donate link in the chat. If y'all want to help out, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. All right, so let's juice him. Juice him. Buff him. And let's go. I don't expect to win, but I expect to do some gnarly damage. He's running an anti-crit build. If he wasn't running anti-crit, I might be able to do it. Gethsemane, yes, I can write things off my taxes, but that is not a 1-to-1 ratio. That is not how simple it is. Oh my gosh. What? Tony, thank you for the 20. I appreciate it so much. Oh my gosh. If he literally had swapped Tio, do this for me. Hey, do this for me, Iron Fister. Swap. Tony, swap TOS Uhura with TOS Kirk. Put TOS Kirk as captain. Put TOS Kirk as captain. I'm wasting juice for you. Put TOS Kirk as captain. I'm gonna have to wait a minute before we can do the rebuffs, but put TOS Kirk as captain. If you're not running an anti-crit, like if you're running a regular anti-enterprise, like non-crit, I'm about to destroy a 6 million enterprise with a Bortis. It's about to happen. It's about to go down. Turns out the Mantis assembly scope of mine forgot right. I still don't like the Mantis and the strike team because it's resetting the entire meta, but I can't deny how they work. And that's why I made the video. I was never going to deny how they work. Shout out to Dustin, who just donated to get me some Mantis juice. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I will eventually have to buy a pack, it seems. Look at this, guys. How we know Rev love it. I do love the community. I really do. I love y'all in this game so much. Okay, I've got 20 seconds. If you want to go ahead and pull it back out. Tony, you can honestly leave Char in. Leave Char in. I don't want you to run a crit build. I don't want you to stop the crit. What I could do, instead of running Honor Guard Wharf, I could just run... No, I'm not gonna bother with it. But this is the officer change. Here we go. Oh, he buffed himself? Oh, I see what you did. Yeah, you're not fooling me. You went and Cerritos buffed yourself. I still got you. We're gonna debuff you. And you've got a Cerritos buff. You're about to have, bam, smack him in the face. Now let's go. Lego. Oh, look how it has both on the monitor. I love that it has both registered. All right, let's see. I love that you got the beautiful projectile. Yeah, you just had a Cerritos buff yourself. Had to Cerritos buff yourself. Had to Cerritos. Yeah, anti-Fed officer is a good idea. Anti-Fed officer is a good idea. I don't think I have any of mine maxed, though. I'm pretty sure I haven't maxed out Miracle or Corel. He just had to buff. Here, let's swap out. You leave your officers how you want to leave them. This honestly might be enough. This honestly might be enough. And no, my Marcus is not max, Robert. My Marcus is tier 4. Real quick, which ship has... It's this one. We're going to pull Tindy off the Cerritos. I'm going to put Tindy on the Bortis. I'm going to put Tindy on the Bortis. If he wants to buff his, cool. I'm going to let him buff him. I'm going to go get Tindy real quick. I'm going to get Tindy real quick. I'm going to throw Tindy on this bad boy. Watch my whole health go up real quick. Group. Tindy. Boop. There you go. There you go. All right, let's run it back. Let's run it back. You also have the full lower deck crew. I didn't even notice that underneath. All right, so this is what he's got. Right at 6 milli. Too many variables each time? No, we're not asking. We've already set our baseline. We've already set the baseline like 40 minutes ago. That's why we're running through so many different runs now. We've already got logs for baselines. Oh, let me reset this node real quick. Badgie could help, but Badgie, if it starts taking away from my defense stacking, it's not helping. That makes sense. I've still got to stack defense for Marcus. Because my natural... So here, let's do quick little basic math. So, even though I'm a battleship, my shield piercing is only 105, and his shield deflection is 177. So I have got to get above his shield deflection. Even as a battleship, a level 28 battleship does not have enough piercing to overcome the mitigation of a level 34 epic explorer. So I've got to use Marcus to do that. So I can't take away too many of those stats. So we are going to buff again with Cerritos. Then we are going to debuff you. I'm just running out of juice here. And smack, smack, smack. And I'm running a mitigation build with Strange Tuna on the side and Marcus. So mitigation piercing with Strange Tuna. And lost that one. And once again, like a sliver close. A sliver close. 50,000 hull left. 50,000 hull left. 50,000 hull. 50,000 hull. And if I could get those criticals to land, I'm gonna change it up again. I'm gonna change it up again. Dude, if he beats you with the freaking Rialta, even though you've got 50K left, that's hilarious. You should know. Dude, hey, Adam, use an Orion Corvette real quick. Use an Orion Corvette with Strange Tuna on it. Use an Orion Corvette with Strange Tuna on it. I'm about to change this up again. Out of curiosity, I'm about to change my loadout again. So this time, I'm actually going to do a hull breach critical build, assuming that my friend over here doesn't run anti-critical. Oh, come on. Could have given me a critical there. And then I'll run Strange Tuna on the side. Just out of curiosity on another setup, since y'all want me to blow through my juice. All right. Did not repair. Okay. Did not repair. Go ahead and repair it, Tony. Go ahead and repair it. Yeah, you should easily handle. You should easily handle a Bortis. Easily. I hope they don't have a Mantis. Someone used it when I was doing Swarm and Alliance that doesn't follow row at all. Couldn't warp out. The only way to avoid the Mantis preventing you from warping out is to summon. Oh, Adam. Dude, I guess I can't be mad at you for that, by the way. I guess I can't be mad at you. All right, so let's Buffy buff and sting him. Oh my gosh. All right, we gotta let the shields recharge real quick. And Tommy, I do appreciate it. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. If y'all want to help pay for the venom juice I'm blowing through. It's crazy that this actually costs real life money. And it's a wild concept to me. But let's go ahead and get it. You can cloak as well. You can cloak to avoid. Yes, you can cloak to avoid. All right. So we've got you all set. Hit you now. Let's see if the critical build does anything more than the piercing value did. Right around the same. Right around the same. You bought three, so 165 remaining that time. Real quick, make one change for me, Iron Fister. Swap Char for something. Swap Char for something. Like, here, let's put it this way. Since you're on my server, you probably fight Valdors, Enterprises, and ISS Jellies the most. Run me an anti-explorer build. Like, because the idea of if I'm using a Bortis, like if I'm a lower level player, I'm trying to catch you fighting something else. Cloak my Bortis? You know, it's a good, you know what? Before you do any of that, let's try that. Good thinking, everybody. Let's add the cloaking of my Bortis, that small damage boost, and see how much that helps. Let's see how much that helps. Good. Crew's the same. Didn't even think about the cloaking. The only, well, no, the cloak's going to, we'll see. So engaging cloak. I'm just blowing through every currency in the game right now. My goodness. Every currency in the game, I'm just blowing through it. Buff. Every currency that we've got, I'm flying through it right now. And y'all, if we're gonna change variables, we change one variable at a time. One variable at a time. So I'm not gonna do the cloaking plus the Exocomps. So now let's hit him coming out of cloak, which is I'd have to check it out. I think for this is a little bit like 120% damage bonus. Oh, there it is. There it is. There we go. There we go. There you go. That finally took down. Cloaking gave just enough to take down an Enterprise 3 times my strength. 3 times my strength. Strange Tuna, Debuff, Cerritos buff, and Cloaking. But still. So the reason I don't really use Cloaking very much is because I can't keep up with the currency enough. I just can't keep up with the currency enough. Look at Adams with the baby jelly. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, so I've got Cloaking for my Valdor. I mean, just Cloaking is so expensive. So here, I'll bring both of them out. So take a look at the cost of Cloaking on the Valdor. Hey, somebody destroying my miner. No, Rev's gonna go cry about it. All right, so 30 and then 45. So it's literally 50% more expensive to cloak my Valdor every time I want to run it than it is to cloak my Bortis. And I don't really use Cloaking because of that. I mean, if there's a territory, I might use it then, but it's become one of those things that I kind of forget about. Here's you a question, Iron Fister. Do you happen to have a max Legionary laying around? Either you or Adam. Because I know we scrap these all the time. Do either of y'all have a max Legionary laying around? I wish I did, but I don't. I've already scrapped my max Legionary. I don't do the Cloaking dailies. So I've actually gotten my Cloaking research basically maxed out. So no, I don't do the Cloaking dailies anymore. Because I've got my research done. So what's the point of doing my Cloaking dailies? But if you have a maxed Legionary, what I want to do is run my Enterprise. I want to run my enterprise and let you do it from your side. Sweet. Because I've only got a crappy hijack legionary with no real love into it. But what I can do is I can run my enterprise build and see if you can smack around my enterprise. So let's see how I want to run this. Let's use Char, just like you were doing. And let's go find the TOS crew. Yeah, Asper, but if you remember, I am not doing the Galaxy Tree expansion until they fix the economy. That's a decision that I made. I am not doing the Galaxy Tree expansion. Until they fix the economy, I'm ignoring it. And I haven't changed on that. Have not changed on that. You go there, and you're just going to get replaced. I'm going to run the same crew you were running. Here's my maxed int. Okay, do you think there's any movement on Scopa that will address the Galaxy Tree extension anytime soon? We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of, so I naturally do the first cloaking daily, obviously, but the third one, yeah. All right, so we're gonna see that max Legionary coming out. I'm ready for it. My max Enterprise is a little bit stronger than Iron Fisters just because levels and research, but you need the triangle officers to hit down. So in this instance, you will radioactive. The reason being, take a look at my Enterprise. Armor piercing is 15,000. And if you want to compare that to like just the Legionary, here, look at this baby Legionary. Baby Legionary armor is 56K. So I do not have enough piercing even on a max Enterprise armor piercing to overcome the Legionary. So I've got to have an officer to do that. That's the importance of the triangle. That's the importance of the triangle. Yeah, no problem, Tony. I'm enjoying the go back and forth in the studies, and we're saving people so much money so they don't have to go buy these packs and they can just see it and then learn from it. So it's good in that regard. It's good in that regard. I love how I just got a notification. Literally, y'all, look. 126, you've been attacked. My miner blew up like 5 minutes ago. Good job, Scopely. Good job, Scopely. Oh my goodness. All right, so he's going to go through the buff process, 1.5 million, running the same crew that I was just running. Max Legionary. So he needs to Cerritos buff himself and then juice me. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Well, I still won. I still won. Go up to your Bortis. Oh my goodness. Go up to your Bortis. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Hey, Zach, how you doing? Of course, James, I love it. And Q, thank you for the $1 little bit of love. Will projectiles affect the battle in a considerable way? So projectiles, depending on which ones you've unlocked, do add up. So like the piercing, the damage boost, etc. But you better hit me fast. I'm almost dejuiced. You better hit me fast. I'm almost dejuiced. Hit me fast. Hurry. Tony, hit me fast. Oh, you just got it before the juice ran out. You just got it before the juice ran out. All right, that time he won. That time he won. All right. Prop 17 with a maxed out Tala. Is next gen Crush, next gen LaForge, Chen, or Talon the best crew I can field? Yes, Michael. Unless you've somehow gotten Pike already, that's the best. Lower deck crew makes a difference. I do have multiple lower deck. I've got a tier 2 Tindy, which I know is rare for some people, and I can take Tindy off. But I do have a tier 2 Tindy. I got 8 hours speed up. I didn't realize I had that. You didn't have the Cerritos buff? Oh, we'll do it with the Cerritos buff. Yeah, let's just change one thing at a time. But I do have a tier 2 Tindy, and I'm also using... I'm not using Rutherford, but I am using Mariner. My Mariner's tier 1, and then my Tindy is tier 2. So I've got a 70% damage bonus, and then a 100% whole health bonus. 100% whole health bonus. So now you've boosted it, and you're going to juice me. What? Oh, you cloaked. Oh, he's cloaking as well. There comes the fight. And he won. And won handily. Dude, he won better than I won. Yo, he won better than I won. Your Cerritos research must be way better than mine. Tony, would you mind Discording me a screenshot of your Cerritos research? I'll show you here for reference. Let me show y'all my Cerritos research, which I have not done a ton of my Cerritos research. I've done it, but I've not done it a lot. Here's my Cerritos research. So the amplified weaponry, the projections, the defensive 8 over half, but everything else is pretty lackluster. So thought the only Cerritos that really mattered was shield according to Ripper. Not when we're doing all these other things. No, I mean, because you've got amplified weaponry, which is the weapons bonus, which does help out. The shield overcharge and the shield recycling doesn't work, so that kind of sucks. But you do have base damage taken for player ships while supported. This helps. This lowers the amount of damage I'm outputting. I mean, so it matters. It matters. Scopely have claimed they fixed shield recycling after DJ proved it didn't work. Well, we told them for a long time it didn't work. And if DJ's math finally got them to change on it, fantastic. But I haven't tested it in a while. Haven't tested it in a while. Is there going to be an officer meta for the rare strike team officers? Yeah, there will be. Wait, which one? Strike team Una, I think, is the only one that has a full SMS meta. But well, graduate, I must have missed that fix when I was going through the notes. Yeah, we reported it to him and I got brushed aside, but I honestly did not put together like a video showing them how it didn't work. So thought only the Cerritos. Oh, sorry, Kevin. I already read that. It's a good video. I got a lot of information. Well, I'm glad, Gray Skull. That's the whole purpose. We like doing these type of streams. I mean, I do anyway. I enjoy hanging out with y'all and chatting. Una meta so far will take us to be attainable free to play. I don't think so. No, I do not think so. No. I feel like the refinery improvements will not be good. Do you have any info on them? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now that the refinery increase is not going to be this world-changing, mind-bending increase. And I've been telling y'all that from the beginning. We'll tell y'all that from the beginning. So, will there be enough events to get Strike Team Una and Ortegas with the Battle Pass? If you've got the Battle Pass, you will get Una for sure. think Ortega. Here's the thing. When I had the meeting with the devs, and Tony, thank you for sending the research screenshot. Oh yeah, yours is past mine in a couple of categories. So when I was talking to the original plan, I'm just going to tell y'all, the original plan had no meta for any of the officers. All 5 officers were going to be locked. And I fought to get one. Like, I made a big argument in our pre-ARC meeting that we really needed to have an SMS meta for the rares. And I was told that we got one. So is what it is. I pushed really heavily for the rares to have an SMS meta. The original plan was to have no metas for any of them. And then eventually it got altered to having a meta for one, which if I remember is Strike Team Uno. That was the big thing that we had in the discussions in the pre-ARC meeting. So Dust says Tuna only works for players or would she work against Fed Armadas because it's considered Explorer for the Triangle. It is Dustin. I've not tried her first in Armada. I think she's only PvP. She does work really well in base defense though. What is a meta? A meta is an acronym for most effective tactic available. So when something is the meta, it is the best thing that you can possibly do. So the new PvP meta will be built around the Strike Team and the Mantis. And it sucks because it's basically doing away with the old meta, which was the Piercing Officers and Honor Guard Wharf and things like that. So I'll tell you what's funny was doing the mission Hunt Tribble, and I'm in Galaxies and see Tribble icons and didn't know the small circles are the actual nodes to mine Tribbles. Yeah, I've actually never made a video about that because it's just one random mission to go mining Tribbles and it's so silly. But yeah, that is the thing. Yeah, that is the thing. By the way, Adam and Tony, thank you so much for helping with the testing today so everybody could see all this in action. But yeah, Tuna is PvP only. Strange Tuna, PvP only. So what's the new meta with Strike Team Una? Well, we just said it. Like the new Strike Team officers are going to be the new PvP meta, as well as the Mantis. Now, there will be more Strike Team style officers coming out. Yeah, Tony, I really appreciate it, man. It's good to have people like you and Adam who can come through and we can do some pew-pews and show how some of these things work. Because, look, y'all can see from this video alone that if you were on the fence about buying, like, the Battle Pass to get Strange Tuna, or if you were debating buying the pack for them, well, now you can kind of make that decision. Meta wasn't originally an acronym for what it's worth. An acronym for it was built years after it started being used by TCGs. Had no idea, Andy. I only know it from TCGs, which I'm designing my own. Is your connection still good? It could be. Seems like it's actually getting a little bit spotty. I did not turn my VPN on before starting the stream. So you're just lagging? Okay, cool. So if I'm not 10 shards short of Tuna, I won't get her. You should get her if you're 10 shards short. Yeah. Hey, nice Bortis. Where are you going with that Bortis? Are you cracking bases, Adam? Are you trying to raid somebody? Are you trying to raid somebody? It's been a horrible month for resource payout. No secondary events. I'm in desperate need of resources installed because I'm very disappointed. Kia Pilot. That is the entire build around these months. When we have an event store month, everything gets focused on the event store currency. So that's normal. Next month it will return to normal. Like next month we'll go back to being resource focused. But when we have event store months, it's all focused around this event store. So getting ships, getting currencies you might need, getting ship blueprints, skins, officers. That's just the normal run. That's just the normal run. And I do want to point out though that y'all do have the ability to get the old school Strike Team or the old school Strategy World officers, which are still very important for the new meta for hostile grinding. You haven't spent one penny on this game yet, Mob 33? Cool. Happy for you. I have definitely spent pennies. I've spent many pennies. I got 112 new Pike and 38 new Spock on back-to-back Mantis pools. Is the RNG better? Should I buy a lottery ticket? So I will say that I had fantastic, and I was going to make a video about this, but I haven't. But my Mantis pulls for this has been very good. So let's do 4 pulls together. But I actually was going to make a video about this. The the value of just these pulls in your elite battle pass, the $20 battle pass, is insane. To put it this way, and I think I'll make a video about this maybe tomorrow, but when we did this from the battle pass between the free track and the elite track, let me show you what I'm talking about. We talked about this in the last live stream, and I'm going to make a video about it just because I normally don't push a pack, but there's an opportunity here for players that they really don't want to miss. So your free track gives you this 12.8 thousand hull fragments, right? Then you have this one right here for 30,000. And I think that's it. So in total, you're going to end up with, you know, what, 45,000, 43,000 of those from this track. And I'm just checking to make sure there's not any more that I'm missing. There's more condensed venom. Yeah, so there you go. So anyway, when I did this pull, so let's just do rough math here. I got 88 shards, 88 officer shards at a minimum for 20 bucks. So like if you get the minimum pulls that you get, you're going to get 88 shards for 20 bucks. Comparison, like if you were to go buy a pack, like if you were to go buy a currency pack to do the same thing, and I'll better explain this in the video, but if you were to go buy a currency pack for the event store to do the same thing, to get the same level of shards that I got for 20 bucks, would cost you buying both of these packs $150. So very rarely do I like push people, hey, spend, but the value in the, like, and here's the thing, even if you don't have the Mantis, you'll have the currency for when you do have the Mantis. Value-wise, this is an insanely good value. 5 Spock shards. Let's see what we get this time. A full pull. Ha! That's the second full pull I've gotten from this refinery. The second full pull from this refinery. 2 and 2. Yeah, I mean, there is so much value in the $20 for this. And if y'all remember the first time we did this, I full pulled Strange New World Ortega. And now I just full pulled Strange New World Spock. But even if you take that away, like if we look, do the math, it's 1,000 per pull, right? At minimum, look at the bottom rung here, you're going to get 2 at minimum of a rare and 1 of an epic. So minimum 2, let's just say minimum 2 shards per pull. If you just got the minimum, you'd get 60 from that one little bit for $20. That's the minimum, is 60. That is the bare bottom minimum, is 60 for 20 bucks. That's insane value. Insane value. So I'm going to be making a video about this and just encouraging people, hey, like if you're curious of the value, is there value in the battle pass this month? The answer is overwhelmingly yes. Overwhelmingly yes. If you were to pick one weapon refit from the event store, which one would you choose? I would personally probably go for the piercing one, just because piercing applies to literally everything. Damage is good. The piercing one, even if it's small, I like. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. It's all of them good. Ooh, I need to go do this. Watch how I cheat on this one. This is why we faction. Look, how do we get the refinery? So Dale, the only way to have the refinery is by having the Mantis. So you can either buy the Mantis or wait to get it for free. Either buy the Mantis or wait to get it for free. But either way, you'll have the currency sitting there. So even if it took you months to get the Mantis, when you do, pulls. All right, look at me cheating. Oh yeah, this is why I love faction recruits. This is why I love faction recruits. Finishing my missions. Oh yeah, finishing my missions. So, All Loco, I actually like this month's treasury because I like the balance and I like that it has my ore and my par still. But, you know, you can always wait till next month. You get half the battle pass. You get half of the battle pass for the officers and you get the other half in the $50 pack. Yeah, so you can spend $70 and get the Mantis now. You can spend $70 and get the Mantis by the end of the month. I actually really like this month's treasury, but that's going to be perspective. What is it that you're needing? What is it that you're looking for? This month's treasury is actually really good value for me. for me personally. Here, let's do this. I think we have one more tier to finish. But this is how I always cheat through these. Wrong one. Right here. So I need 34 more points to get the rest of the keys. This is why I collect those factions. And this is also why, like, when you go in here, even though I'm saving up for different things, come in and collect these. And like now I've got a bunch of Klingons. I need to be pulling this one. There you go. With scope of multiply Mantis cargo capacity by 10. So, John, I have had multiple talks with them about that, and it is something that they're thinking about / considering looking into, is changing the cargo capacity of the Mantis. So that is being discussed. Got that, and then let's go over here. Click. Because I do need to max out Gorkon. Start working on that process. And one more should do it. I think finish me out on this event. I think that finishes us out. No, I'm literally one short. Of course, I'm one short. Isn't there a prime for the Mantis cargo? I'm trying to get the base level of the Mantis improved. That's what I'm trying. There we go. Finish that event. Recall this very OPC Fisha. Launch us a baby shield. Trying to get all my 3-star research done before pulling the trigger. How quickly does the amount of 3-star paid out in events and Armada chest ramp down between 40 and 42? I'd say relatively quickly. Like, you still get the materials in level 40 through 42, but everything in the game really starts focusing on the 4-star economy. So you are going to notice a shift. Is it like an overwhelmingly crazy shift? No, it's not overwhelmingly crazy, but you will notice a shift. Real quick. Ooh, a limited time officer event. I forgot that that's running right now. And what else do we have? I am forgetting some. Oh, Cerritos. Got to go do our Cerritos grind today for second contact. Get this in. But then also going to do a little bit of this. So here's a good example. Here's the difference. So you can see you're getting 7 times the amount of uncommon with 4-star versus the 3-star that I'm still getting at level 42. So it definitely starts changing. Is it ridiculous? Like, no, but you are going to start noticing the economy shift, and that's intentional. Does the Treasury ever provide 4-star uncommon ship parts? I can't remember if it has in the past. It has, I'm pretty sure. I think it has. I'd have to go back and look at my screenshots of my past treasuries. I have to go look at my screenshots of my past treasuries. I need to swap this back to... this was originally the Mantis. Where's the Mantis at now? That's the Cerritos. We're going to put you here. There's the Mantis. We're going to put our Augur back. And then we're going to put our Cerritos here. I'm sorry, our Mantis there. So we're going to go do our grinding. Feel like I did when you got a ship pack. Yeah, so when they're based around ship packs, they should, but I'm second guessing myself because I don't have the visual in front of me. Joshua says last month was Interceptor pack, had a ton of parts. Thank you. I was pretty sure, but without having visuals, I don't like giving definite answers. And thank y'all for the correction or the confirmation there. Also, Blue Dog Graphics just got your email. We'll check it out here in a second. Be careful when grinding with the Mantis with the Cerritos event because of all the Exocomps activate automatically. Correct. We talked about that at the beginning of the stream just to try to warn people. But yeah, that is something to keep note of. I mean, cargo is what I really need to upgrade. Speaking of, let's go to our Mantis Refinery real quick before we get ready to do our wrap up for the day. There is my core, and then claim my Venom. And we'll have to go do some grinding to do the rest. This should let me upgrade my cargo bay, which does not upgrade it by much, but it does upgrade it. And I will take all and any upgrades. Cargo bay. Any chance of a video soon on what pattern buffers should be spent on? That is something that I'm thinking about for the holodeck. I just need to put the materials together for the missions. But yeah, short answer is yes. Short answer is yes. Okay, claim. I've actually got to do all these missions, as you can see. Let me just go ahead and claim them all because I will forget, as I tend to do. Collect all the missions. As PvP meta is changing, does it make sense to only get the strike team for your core ship? Well, Usei, since they're going to have a full swing of officers come through, it's more of focusing on officers and ships, and just go with whatever you want to go with, honestly. Why do I feel like things aren't collecting correctly? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. I'll start working on those after stream. Is there a list of available for the Mantis level lock? So, Brian, we do have that in my Discord. I think they were up to like tier 8 in terms of the information everybody was pulling. But y'all can check that in the Discord if y'all have not joined it already. If y'all have not joined it already. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Do you have any videos, or can you send me a list of best crews for Maxed Out Saladin? Mike, all I can say is go through my list of videos. You can actually search by officers and ships in the YouTube channel, but no, I do not keep a list of each individual ships. And I haven't made a Saladin specific video in probably a year and a half, but some of that still should be updated. Corey, I appreciate you watching after. I'm going to wrap up. We got another live stream tonight on the Twitch channel. Encourage y'all to come join the Twitch channel. We'll do more Star Trek Fleet Command. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I think y'all are amazing. I appreciate your support. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Deuces. That's me. Catch you on the next one. And this is when the outro starts.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.